Well, I mean, it's certainly Mike's perspective on competition. As a clinician, competition is not something that you typically love and like because it sounds hard and cruel to some extent. But competition is the topic Michael Porter is best known for as a scholar and as an academic. And one of his key points is very simple. In a healthy competition, there is always one winner, and this is a customer. And because a customer at the end gets better products and better services on lower cost. And Mike has translated this principle into healthcare. A healthy competition on value leads to better care for everyone at sustainable costs. It's driving better outcomes, innovation, and health equity. So it is humanism in practice, and this is what actually shaped my thinking as well. And I'm so grateful for this enormous contribution of Michael Porter over many, many years. Well, I remember there's a quote from Bob Kaplan. He always says the only one who cries for change is a wet baby. And this is very true. I mean, implementing value-based healthcare means transformation. This implies new roles, new responsibilities, new processes, but also transparency on outcomes and costs. And transformation creates winners. And these certainly are the patients, but also some losers. Those who, lose their fancy roles, those who pretended to be great physicians and turned out to be mediocre, those who made a lot of money with fee-for-service, and so on and so on. And these are, those who are actually hampering progress. And my learning is don't spend too much energy on those who don't want to transform towards value-based healthcare. Start with those who have a clear and palpable desire to change care delivery, to change the organization, to drive transparency on outcomes and costs. Make them the champions of the new world. That's what we have to do as leaders. And celebrate those who follow them. There are always, the early adopters, those who get it and who jump on board. And these are very, very important people, as important as the innovators, the ones who take the risk at the very beginning. But don't forget to consistently replace anyone who is impeding the transformation. There is no place in healthcare for those who put their individual interest over the needs of our patients. The question where we land in 3 years from now or 5 years from now depends very much on what we are doing. So there is no option just to wait and see. Question is what we are doing. And what I have learned over many years is that change and transformation very often happens in the most unlikely places. So we have the tendency to look at the large and powerful and wealthy countries to see when are they moving, or to look at the very prestigious and well-known and famous organizations and institutions across the world, what are they doing? But in fact, we see that in many, many industries, change is very often happening in countries who typically are not, in the spotlight. And so I think the ICHOM conference is the best place to see what is happening in emerging countries, in South Africa, in South America, in Africa, in Asia. What are the new reimbursement models that are implemented there? What organizational models that are actually successful. This is, my advice to everyone. Open your eyes, be open, talk to people, listen to people, and see what's happening across the world outside the, let's say, countries and organizations that are typically in our focus.